Hey guys, it is Monday here on Pagan Perspective Subs Week, and I am Brendan, your Monday host. This week we are talking about negative histories and confrontation. So this week's question comes from, let me just open my phone, from Cactus Druid 476. So I have heard and often wondered about the importance of tradition in religions. I'm sure some of you have heard this before too. What do you do when you are confronted by someone or something that references the negative rumours and associations of pagan history and tradition? Examples are druids and blood sacrifice, wiccans and black magic of a satanic kind, etc. The thing that irritates me the most is that the religions that the troublemakers generally belong to no longer follow the original ways either. Just felt like saying this because a number of people in a few religions, not all people, cannot answer this question about the general history of their own religion. The really bad ones refuse to even allow a discussion. So, this question, is something that comes up all the time. As soon as you start labeling yourself as a witch, as a pagan, as a druid, all that sort of stuff. All the information that people tend to have, will be media hype, so all that, what's in newspapers, in magazines, in books, in movies, all that sort of stuff, really comes out. That's what they think that is. And I know currently, the series of Teen Wolf has druids, and they did blood sacrifices of virgins and all that sort of stuff in there. And in history itself, there was offerings of virgins and sacrifices, but a lot of practices have changed. They realized the energetic exchange that occurred and happened with this process, and over time, it's grown and changed. A lot of religions still hold on to blood sacrifices, so your Afro-Caribbean work like Santeria and Voodoo and Condoble and all that sort of stuff. Really, they often will still have blood sacrifices, and there's still some Hindu traditions that will have that as well. But it also looks at the cultures where different places, the ethics and morals may change from landscape to landscape, really. I personally don't view any issue with making gods or spirits, giving them blood sacrifices, whether it be like a chicken or a goat or that sort of thing, as long as afterwards that the life wasn't wasted, that it is then, it's not wasted as an offering, but I mean that the meat in the body isn't wasted, that it isn't just discarded and thrown away to rot, but instead it may be cooked up and the community eats it. It may be taken apart and turned into mulch, or it's used, it's continued, and that energy still flows through. But when it comes to confrontation with people, I suppose I get it all the time. Well, I used to get it all the time now. Perspective and insight has really changed, and knowledge of people is really changing. I often do still get the satanic worshipper thing, and I don't follow Satan. I follow Baphomet, who could easily be seen as Satan. Often the images are very much the same: goat-headed, winged, goat legs and hooves and all that sort of stuff. So pretty much the same guy, but in imagery and all that sort of stuff. But it's really just down to being able to understand and know your beliefs, and know who you worship and who you work with, and what practices you uphold. Just because a tradition may, in its history, have held certain practices, it doesn't mean that you have to do that now. You may have different ways of doing it. Blood can easily be exchanged for wine. You may easily just bake up a loaf of bread in the shape of a person and use that as an offering or a sacrifice. Fruits and vegetables and all that sort of stuff. One of my favorites like I always feel quite maniacal after doing this, but like tearing open a pomegranate and that red crimson juice just dripping over your hands, it looks like ripping open a heart or something, all the blood, and it's the imagery and the energetic exchange that happens now, and working with that. But yeah, when it comes down to, I just research what you do, look into it all, and understand yourself and your path. And yeah, sit down with these people, have chats with them if they want to. That's the thing. Like, if they want to still believe what they want to believe, then that's fine for them. They can go off and believe what they want to believe. It's just, ignorance can't be changed unless the person is willing to learn. And you can throw all this facts and information at someone that believes one thing, and unless they're open to it, they're just going to not stick. They're just going to like fall away, and it's pointless waste of your energy, really. And until the day that they're ready to be open to different perspectives and different knowledges, then don't invest your energy into them. Just, they can believe what they want to believe. It's, if you get to a point where you're being harassed by them or anything, don't be afraid to call police or law enforcement. Or if it's in school place, tell your principal, your teacher, all that sort of thing. If it's in a workplace, freedom of religion, I'm pretty sure, is covered in most safe work practices and workplace harassment agreements. So report it. That's the thing. If it's a continual thing and you can no longer handle it yourself, or you get to the point where it's become so serious that you feel threatened, then go through the proper channels and have it reported. But hopefully it never ever gets to that point. Just really be open to educating people about this. That's part of the whole thing. We share our stories, and our paths and our beliefs come through our stories, and find books that are on the practice that you would give to any newbie. Advise them to go read them, borrow them from a library for them, or something like that, and let them be open to the change. Because there's not really a lot you can do without them wanting to learn. I have probably cycled around and said the same things over and over again, but that's what happens. So that's pretty much it for Monday here. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I will see you again next week. The current regular hosts are having a few weeks off, and us subs are filling in for them. So you'll see us yet again next week. So much love and blessings, and blessed be. Mwah.